What made you wish Twilight had never been written? When I was in 7th grade, my best friend Emma completely lost her mind over some vampire books. We'd been tight since 3rd grade, sharing everything from my mom's leftover pizza to this beat-up notebook where we wrote the dumbest stories about detectives who solved mysteries with their pet hamsters. Then Twilight happened. At first it was just Emma reading during lunch instead of talking. She'd flip pages super fast, making these weird sighing noises. I asked what was so interesting and she goes, "Oh my god, Lena, you have to read this. Edward is literally perfect." I figured it was just another book phase. Emma went through those sometimes. But then she started wearing this ratty Team Edward shirt 3 days a week. She'd draw little hearts with E+B in my math notebook margins when I wasn't looking. During our usual story time after school, she kept interrupting my detective plots to ask, "But what if Detective Riley was actually a vampire?" I was like, "Emma, that makes no sense. Why would a vampire be a detective?" She'd roll her eyes and mutter something about me not understanding romance. The worst part was when she decided our entire shared notebook needed a makeover. We'd spent 2 years filling it with stories about space adventures and mystery cases. Silly stuff, but it was ours. Emma announced one Tuesday that we were rewriting everything as vampire romance because that's what people actually want to read now. I told her I liked our detective stories just fine. She laughed this mean little laugh and said, "Lena, nobody cares about detectives anymore. Vampires are everything. You're being so boring." That stung. I wasn't boring. I just didn't get why some pale guy who couldn't go in sunlight was supposed to be attractive. Things got worse when Emma joined this Twilight club that met in Miss Patterson's room during lunch. She'd come back using words like eternal love and practicing this dramatic voice. She started talking differently too, like she was reading from a script. One day I found Emma in the hallway showing our private notebook to 3 girls from her vampire club. They were all giggling and pointing at my story about Detective Riley solving the case of the missing cafeteria cookies. "Look how childish this is compared to real literature," Emma was saying. "Like, where's the passion? The forbidden love?" I felt my face get hot. That notebook was sacred. We had a rule that nobody else could ever read it. I marched over and grabbed it from her hands. "What the hell, Emma?" She didn't even look sorry. I was just showing them how much better our writing could be if you'd stop being stubborn about vampires. The 3 girls were staring at me like I was some kind of freak. One of them, this girl Katie from my English class, smirked and said, "Yeah, Lena, why don't you like love stories? Are you jealous of Bella or something?" Emma nodded like Katie had said something genius. "Exactly. Lena's just mad because she knows nobody would ever love her like Edward loves Bella. She hates romance because she's weird." I couldn't believe those words came out of my best friend's mouth. The same girl who used to practice stupid dance moves with me in my basement was standing there calling me weird for not obsessing over some fictional vampire boyfriend. "You shared our private stuff to make fun of me?" My voice cracked a little. Emma shrugged. "I shared it to show how much potential you're wasting. But whatever. Stay boring if you want." I didn't say anything else. I just walked away holding our notebook. That was the last real conversation we ever had. The next few months were torture. Emma's vampire club grew bigger and they'd whisper about me when I walked past. They called me anti-romantic and made jokes about how I'd probably end up alone because I didn't appreciate true love stories. Even when other kids started making fun of the Twilight obsession, calling it stupid vampire trash, I never joined in. I couldn't, because making fun of Twilight meant making fun of the thing that stole my best friend. Emma and I graduated middle school without speaking. I heard she moved schools for high school.